Hi, everybody. Welcome back to my platform. I hope that you guys are having a good day. We're just going to go ahead and start off with prayer. So we're praying to the Most High God and the Holy Spirit, asking that they come be with us now. We're also calling upon the archangels. Welcome, everybody coming into the chat. Calling upon the archangels, specifically Archangel Sachiel, Raziel, Haniel. Actually, we're just going to say all of the archangels. And then our spiritual team of highest light and resonance. And I'd just like to ask Archangel Michael if you would specifically block out anyone or anything that will try to negatively influence or impact this reading in any way. I pray for the highest light, the highest wisdom, and the highest truth to be revealed to me and my collective. And I pray for all of my subscribers. So now as I call upon your personal favor, God, please continue to bless me and shelter me, and keep me safe from all evil and negativity while I do my life's work and mission here on the earth. I'm eternally grateful for your favor, Heavenly Source, and for your unfailing love. Thank you for blessing me and my subscribers, and thank you for healing the sick and creating miracles in your holy name, Lord my God. I give gratitude and thanks. I pray into thy holy presence, and I meditate upon your divine will. Okay, you guys, then make sure you're familiar with my legal disclaimer. It's in the description box below. And just an FYI for people that don't read what's in the chat, if you send me a $20 super chat with your question, I'll be more than happy to stop the collective reading and answer your questions. That's the way I'm making myself available to people. And so, yeah, so super chats take the priority. Okay, yeah, so no evil eyes, no energy harvesting, that type of thing. All right. I'm good. How are you guys? I hope you guys are having a good day. Sorry I missed you yesterday. I went to the Toto concert and got to see the band Toto and some other bands that were kind of really boring, but they were like the highlight of that experience. So, very fortunate. There's like a certain time of year when all of the tickets to all the concerts go on sale so Toto was one that I wanted to see. And they were epic, like truly epic. I'm obsessed with the Africa song. So anyways, this person in the collective, well, they're not in the collective, but they want to be in the collective. They want to become somebody. This is giving me like vibes of like, do you guys remember? Thank you, you guys. Do you guys remember being like young and the teacher would always ask you like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And you'd have to like come up with something. This person when the teacher asks them, what do they want to be when they grow up? They say their answer is you. They want to become you, which is crazy. Oh yeah, you guys, and don't forget to like the video and make sure you're subscribed and all that. So again, this person like is the type of person that if you would have went to school with them, they would have looked at you and been like, oh, I'll just become that. Like Susie wants to be a firefighter. So do I. Like they're just kind of like that, which is a little weird. It's a little weird. I remember I wanted to be all sorts of different things. I wanted to be like an actress, a Playboy model, a veterinarian, all these different things. And I actually did become a veterinary technician, but it was just too sad with the animals passing away. It like seriously disturbed me. And I was like kind of young when I had that job. So, oh, wow. You've been having interface with your gifts lately and you don't understand if it's me doing it out of fear or something else. Okay. So if you're any action that you take, and this is why fear is so destructive, because any action that you take in life, if you're doing it because you're afraid, it kind of taints what you do, which means it just puts, with all the other energies that are in the mix of what you're creating, it adds fear. And so that's why fear is extremely destructive. The thing about fear is that it's just an emotion, even though it is something that signals danger. That's why our fight and flight reflexes work, so that our bodies can tell our brains that, hey, like fire is hot, water is wet. There may be a danger here. But when you've been triggered, that's how I'm going to explain being triggered. When you've been triggered by something, and the trigger goes unaddressed, it will keep a level of fear in your system, because in some type of way there's a signal going off that you need safety, right? Because that's what fear is, false evidence appearing real. And so a lot of people will make their decisions out of fear about having visions, but for some reason you can't make out what they're saying, and then their face gets extorted and their energy shifts. Oh, you're probably dealing with a shapeshifter of some sort. That's what that sounds like to me. So what came out is the 3 of Cups right there. Popularity, a good harvest, invitations to social events, and then strength. So whatever so to finish with fear, what fear will do, it will hype you up to like respond and react to things in such a way. People were harvesting a lot on you yesterday. Oh, wow. I'm so sorry, you guys. Damn, you were paralyzed on your right side, but now you're okay. All reverse. Praise be to God for that. So yeah, y'all, what Nur Karim just said. Okay. And when I worked at the Crystal Ray, we used to have these candles. They were 7-day candles, so they're like big candles, right, that burn for 7 days. But I would always instruct people to just burn it for 4 hours a day and then snuff it out, and then the next day light it, so that the candle would be in alignment with each of the phases of the week, each of the days, and each of the planetary energies. Okay. So we had this candle, and it would have a face on it, and it's called a reversing candle. And what it would do was it would have an arrow going like this and an arrow going like this. And the candle was half red on top, half black on the bottom. And what it would do is it would reverse, like what you're talking about. You said that you reversed it. It would reverse the curse energy, and that would remove like this facial imbalance. Like, I don't know it's like, literally kind of like what you're talking about, paralysis. Yeah, it means that somebody tried to hex you or curse you. And by reversing the energy, what it does is it takes whatever that spell was creating and then it reverses it. Now, the difference between having a reversing done, the moment the witch or warlock realizes that you've reversed the energy, they may try to do it again. So there is another candle that we had, and it's called reversing curse. And what it does is when it reverses, it takes those effects that person tried to put on you, and it puts it back on the person that did it. And so that's the way that I would reverse shit, because, or just give it to God, like what you did, and God will take care of it. But yeah, the shapeshifter thing keeps trying to interfere. Interesting. So yeah, sounds like you guys had a rough day yesterday. You played Psalm 91 after. Good. Yeah, so read Psalm 91 aloud yourself, okay? That's what I do. I never play it. I don't ever just sit around and listen to the Psalms. I actually physically read them. And it can be, it can take, some of the Psalms are really freaking long. I didn't realize that they were so long, but some of them are pretty short. And once you get in the habit of reading Psalm 91, you'll realize that it's not that bad. Compared to other Psalms that are much longer, it's not that bad. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of resistance right now in the energy, I feel, because you guys are moving forward with this strength energy. You're connecting with the community, and somebody literally, their plan was to become you, which is really psychotic. I mean, that's just straight up seriously weird. Yes. Oh, well, I'm happy that you were able to reverse the energy. And when you said that about your face, I know exactly what that is, because of that candle that we had. And people would come in and they would definitely have that exact thing where their face was like really puffy on one side, or just be like uneven looking, and they would like lose control over their vision. Yes, I am okay. I pray Psalm 91 every day, like sometimes twice a day. And then if I go to like a concert or even to Wendy's or some shit, I will pray Psalm 91 over that as well, because I know that, well, at least when I used to live in the haunted condo, there would be entities waiting outside for me. So yeah. Let's see what else pops out. I hope that we'll get to identify who this person is for you guys. I just heard Scipio again. Damn. For each and every one of you, it may be a different person, but it seems like they all have the same type of energy. Yeah, well, when you know, Ragnarok, when you have a glow up, that's when people will start to attack you the most. That's why I think it says somewhere in the Bible not to be boastful and prideful or gloating. And some people think that just because you're shining and you're like, like doing well, they will literally think that you're having a glow up, and then they feel like they need to siphon that from you because it's extra life. Oh, Don Scipio. Interesting. Yeah, I just heard Scipio, which for some reason I was always thinking that that was a place in the world. I see. Wow, you're making things move. Yes, you definitely have that ability. I remember the first time that I moved an object, I was like so scared. I was like, what the hell was that? Of course, no one in my family was like, oh, you have those abilities. I also was levitating as a child. The Queen of Wands. Why does this hoe always come out? I feel like this person is a practitioner. This is not even somebody that you know. That this particularly irritates me, because to me, when we pull the energy of somebody that's in your energy but you don't really know them, that's annoying, because then it's really hard to locate who the person is because you don't know them. They're a practitioner. So somebody has gone to a female witch or a practitioner. I'm going to say this person's a witch. I just felt like something in my nose. Yeah, I know. I took the allergy pills. Okay, so maybe this person has a really big nose, or maybe they're just trying to stick their nose in your business. This is somebody that is using blackbirds specifically to spy on you. Is that like a thing? Well, I would say little birds, like the type that are like that big, like the little ones. But some of them are black. Like a fear energy. So yeah, I would rebuke the spirit of fear, because when you have God with you, there's nothing that you have to be afraid of. Oh, you do have cactus red little tiny ones? Interesting. Interesting. So this Queen of Wands wants you guys to be in fear. About what? I think it's about being yourself, to be honest. They feel like if they can scare you, what I'm seeing is a turtle. You know, when a turtle will go back into its shell, many robins are around you. See, the energy of robins are really, really good energy. I'm talking about real little birds. Like their whole body is probably like that big. I don't know if they're like called sparrows or what they're called, but yeah. Oh, your mother. Oh, she had the feeling of ants crawling all over her body. Oh, God, that sounds really horrific. Okay. So what I'm picking up on is monitoring spirits. That feeling, that creepy, crawly sensation, that feels like some type of spirit to me. This person is sending something to monitor you. They want to see why you're glowing up and what you're doing to glow up. This person's also sending a lot of magic to make you guys nauseated. They want you to be in the Nine of Swords with them. This person's like definitely experiencing a reversal or a backfire, literally. And they want you to have to suffer to go through that as well. They also want to be you, though. Like they want to take your place in life. And that's just very inappropriate. And I feel like there is a masculine energy as well, but this Queen of Wands has popped out. Yeah, they definitely have been trying to, like use some form of voodoo or hoodoo or whatever it is, some type of black magic where they're stabbing somebody in the, see, this person doesn't want you to hear. They don't want you to use your supernatural hearing ability, and they also don't want you to be able to see. So they're attacking the third eye and the ears and the throat chakra, which all of that stuff is like all in the same energy. Well, area, actually, I should say, and it's the same energy. Welcome in, Fashionista. Happy Thursday. So this person is in anguish right now. We're just going to do a general return to sender right now. And whoever this Queen of Wands is, just the fact that we know that it's the Queen of Wands that's sending this energy, God, Archangel Michael, please intervene, cut all cords to this person. Whatever's causing that ant crawling sensation, this person is sending a lot of monitoring spirits. I pray that those monitoring spirits either get led to nothing so that they have no information to bring back to this person, or that they are killed on the spot. And if this person is abusing nature to spy on someone, then we just ask that be scattered to the wind. And then I just saw a Native American in my mind's eye. So maybe this person has done something to piss. Wow. They've done something to piss off like the Native American spirits. You actually had ants come into your room. A scorpion too? You're joking, right? That's really scary. Oh my God. Oh my God. Reminds me of Africa. She had a lot of pain in her abdomen. Okay. Well, hopefully you have told your mother about the teas that I recommended to help with that. Dandelion tea. If you can't find detox tea, will detox the system. So the thing is that you guys are too strong for this attack. Like, you guys are stronger than the energy that's being sent. There is a King of Wands. This is somebody that's overly sexual. I do feel like this person goes to this Queen of Wands quite often. Now, both of these people are in the Nine of Swords. Wow. So they're basically grieving, crying, feeling lost, feeling forgotten, feeling looked over. And you were dizzy the whole day. Yeah, the taste is pretty strong, but you know what? You can make it better. Like, I always add tea, and I don't use real sugar, but I use, whatever the fake sugar is called. No, there's so many comments coming in. Oh yeah, you have Native American ancestors that are mad. That could be who I'm seeing here. Yeah, this person. Okay, so these two people, they work together quite often. They actually work together against you guys more than what you realize. And so I feel like a lot of the stuff that they're cooking up, you're protected from. I'm getting real kitchen witch vibes from this Queen of Wands. I feel like she is somebody that likes to experiment on people. Like, she'll find a new spell on the internet, and then she'll just like experiment on people. So witchcraft can be very dangerous. Like, I was sitting at the concert, and I don't usually like eavesdrop, okay? But the people that were sitting next to me were talking about how they just started worshiping Hecate, and they're making all these offerings. And I think that shit is weird. If that's what witchcraft is, if it's you worshiping a deity, I think that shit is weird. I think you should only worship the Most High God, because it's the source of all creation. You know what I mean? And whatever your version of the Most High is, like, whatever you call that. Because again, we try to use words to describe something that's indescribable, and it never really does it justice. But all we can do is say that we can just, point our arrow towards the Most High, the source of all things, and then we're hopefully making it, like hitting the mark, right? Like, we're at least aiming in the direction of God. But yeah, the things that these people were talking about was really, really interesting. And I kind of helped me to understand witchcraft a little bit more. Yeah, it's scary. I would never mess with something not knowing the progressions. That's how I am. I'm too afraid of something going wrong, or the whole concept of casting a circle and then needing protection from whatever you call upon. That just doesn't sit right with me. Like you don't see me casting a freaking circle to call upon Archangel Michael, but these witches, they do what they do when they cast a circle. In fact, this lady was explaining it, is they're calling upon elemental energies, which is like like earth, air, fire, water, spirit, like the fairy realm. And then they're using, so they'll go around with like incense or sage, they'll go in a circle, and then they'll go around with salt, and then they'll go around with holy water, or what their version of it is. And they're trying to create layers of elements to keep them safe from whatever they call upon. You know what I mean? And this one lady was talking about how she literally, because Hecate likes dogs, she sacrificed a dog. That is extremely disturbing to me. I don't believe that Hecate would, and maybe in the past, maybe it was a Roman thing, but to not be nowadays sacrificing black dogs to Hecate, I think that that's inappropriate. And then burying that dog that you unalived on your property, also very inappropriate and also disgusting. Like, that's disgusting behavior to me. So anyways, I feel like there could be offerings that are made that are not having to harm an animal or a plant or anything else. You know what I'm saying? Like, and to me, Hecate is such a beautiful energy that I don't know. I just would definitely not. I don't know. I don't know what people think when they do witchcraft, you know? Yeah, I think I really don't know what they're thinking. You know what I mean? I don't know. Because like unaliving an animal to me seems very inappropriate. So I don't know what the energy of sacrifice does, but I feel like it calls in something, but I don't. This is why I will tell you guys that people that practice Wicca, like these people that were sitting next to me, I don't consider them witches. They don't have abilities to even sense what's actually going on, and what they're trying to call upon and summon. Like what I got was that Hecate was extremely offended that they sacrificed a dog. You know what I mean? And oh my gosh, you call yourself a turtle. I love turtles. They're like, I've got some on my arm. They're like literally one of my favorite animals. But yeah, to go back to what it's like, what they're calling upon may not be what answers them. That's the really scary part about it. It does feel like it's a jinn energy, Kagan. It absolutely feels like it's a jinn energy. But yeah, I feel like exactly what this person's doing. Like they're calling on a bunch of stuff. They think they're making contact with one being, but they're actually making contact with something much darker. And that's why witchcraft is just too scary. And I literally just saw something on the freaking King of Wands, something literally like, what was that? It looked like there was a bug on the King of Wands. So this is ridiculous energy. Okay, so we asked for a full return to sender and a reversing on this energy and an uncrossing, because it like the things that these people were talking about, I was like, I couldn't help but overhear it because they were talking about it so loud. And because I was like, damn, that's what witches do. They're calling upon, um things that they think that they can control because they think they're a witch, but like they don't control these entities. Okay, like this is what I'm saying. If you have to have a circle to protect you, why would you call on something you would have to have a circle of protection for? This is reminding me of, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the TV show Supernatural, where they would like take straight up like a big ass thing of salt and like make a big salt circle, and then if any of that salt got moved, like either thing that they trapped in it, they would either trap things in it, they would trap demons in it, or the demons would be in the circle and they would be like trying to save somebody. Anyways, it kind of gave me that vibe of like, you can't break the circle or some bad shit's gonna go down. I think that it's really scary when people are calling upon things that they don't have experience with, because the way that these people were talking was that 2 weeks ago they were worshiping a different deity. Now all of a sudden it's Hecate, and it's just like, because she's the goddess of witchcraft. Okay, she's a titaness. If we're gonna get down to the nitty gritty of it, she's one of the gods that Zeus would not fuck with. When Zeus became in power, he was like, yeah, we're gonna give Hecate a pass because she didn't engage in the Titan War. But all of the masculine titans, we know Zeus. We know Zeus's personality. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, he's going to be like, oh, yeah, the female titans, they all get a pass. But the masculine ones, fuck that. Put them all in prison. Anybody that rose up. So anyways, and then there's a part in the Book of Solomon. And this is something that I've watched, like each chapter of the Book of Solomon. They made like a cartoon out of it. Anyways, he ends up summoning Hecate because he's got the magical ring, and Hecate is telling him, she says some shit like, yeah, I don't really have to listen to you. She says this to King Solomon. The one that I have to listen to, that we all are obediently bound to have to obey, that man has not come yet. And she actually predicts Jesus's arrival. And then King Solomon's like, who the fuck is this person that all these spirits keep talking about? Ooh, it gives me chills, that they're afraid of. And it's Christ, talking about Jesus, because King Solomon was way before Jesus. But could you imagine just spirits running rampant, like crazy style? And then all of a sudden King Solomon gets the ring from Archangel Michael, and he's able to actually start, putting, with the Most High God, basically putting people in their place. He also was drinking from these crystal glasses that he believed, and I don't know if this is actually true or not, but, well, I know the fact is true. I just don't know if it works or not. But he believed that as long as he drank from these crystal glasses, he would be able to see jinn and be able to communicate with them. Yeah, the black magic, and these girls were talking about Hecate in a way that she didn't like. I could feel that, because they were basically just trying to use her because she's a goddess of witchcraft, so they could curse and hex somebody else. And instead, if you're going to work with Hecate, she is the best at uncrossing. She is also a protector of women. So she's the best at uncrossing shit. She can like uncross things and open doors for you. She has that light that she led Demeter through the underworld with, all that type of stuff. So for her function, I would like say protection from witchcraft, but I guess everybody has their own point of view. So yeah. Yeah. So these people are messing around with forces that they don't have control over, which is really dangerous. The good thing for you, though, is that you know Jesus and personally, and y'all have a connection with the Most High God personally. So that's what's keeping you guys very, very strong here. You know what I mean? Yeah, that person, whoever the Scipio person is, wants to become you. In fact, all of you guys are experiencing somebody that wants to become you, which is strange. That's real weird energy. Like, I understand that people idolize celebrities and stuff like that, but this is weird energy because everybody goes through trauma. Everybody goes through something. I would never want to be anybody else because everybody goes through stuff. So this person, this Queen of Wands, she does not want you to know that the things that keep showing up in the dream state are from her. She's trying to cloak herself so that you will not realize that whoever you're interacting with in the dream state, because they're spying, the Page of Swords, they're literally trying to use insects. I just heard hornets, blackbirds. They're trying to use different things in nature to spy on you, so that they can figure out how to become you. First of all, you guys are not witches. So I feel like that's a big difference right there, And these gnats that are gathering around somebody's front door, If there is some type of bug spray that you can spray around your front door, I would do that just to be doing your due diligence on the physical realm to keep that type of stuff out. Wow, weird man and woman in her dream trying to take her away. Absolutely terrifying. So yeah, it could definitely be that jinn energy. And if you piss off a jinn, I've heard so many different stories because I love to listen to real scary stories and what people's experiences are. So most of the times when they've offended a jinn will try to take you somewhere, and then they'll try to force you to eat something in the dream state or in the real world. They'll take you somewhere, try to force some shit on you, and then they'll try to put you into slavery or bondage of some type. That's what I've heard. I did not know that Mercury was associated with Odin. I actually am not familiar with the different planets that are associated with the Norse gods. Yeah, I do get that there is an agitation with somebody's spiritual team, you guys. It's like, and this Native American energy could be part of your guys' spiritual team, but it basically has had it with this witch and warlock. That's what I'm going to call them. Messing with the elements of nature, just like how I was saying, how they'll make that circle and they'll use the elements or whatever. Like that's calling it. They're calling an innocent, like, this is how I look at it. They're calling in innocent spirits and binding those spirits to keep a circle up while they call upon some deadlier force. Like, that's crazy to me, just so that they can direct it at somebody. And then they think that these deities are going to back them on their bullshit, and they don't even realize that these deities are not backing them up anymore. You know what I mean? Really, Shani Devi or Shani Dev is the Hindu goddess of Saturn. I did not know that. I'm also hearing that somebody has Ishtar as a guide. Ishtar / Inanna. So whatever this crap is that's being done at night, you guys have beings that don't need to sleep, that are watching over you. I feel like this person is trying to find out how you're so successful. Thank you so much, Fashionista. They want to know how you have progressed from this stage to where you're at now. How did you get here? What steps can they take to get to the same position that you're in? And I don't feel like there are steps. This person would have to get off these people would have to stop with the black magic. I mean, they're working together. I don't feel like they're a couple, but I do feel like they sleep together. And I do feel like they do some form of sex magic. They're wanting to harvest somebody's energy so that they can be that person. Not realizing that if they're trying to get rid of you guys, but if they got rid of you, then how is this person, just think about it logically. If you get rid of the person you're trying to copycat or trying to become, then how are you going to be that person when you don't have them to inspire you to do this and do that anymore? Like, that's what it doesn't make any sense. Wow, of her cutting off, yeah, the head of this weird goblin that was messing with you in your sleep, Inanna Ishtar, yeah. The hermit energy, this person knows that you guys are in hermit mode. I feel like that's why they feel like they can do this to you, is because a lot of the time people think that you're completely alone in this world. Just because you're in hermit doesn't mean that you're alone. The hermit is somebody that goes within and finds the answers to life's problems. So it's like, also, I feel like the vibration surrounding your childhood it's a very high vibrational energy. You guys could have had bullshit experiences as a child, and it was because of this high vibrational energy. In fact, I'm quite convinced that at the time that you were incarnated, there was an influx in the vibration. The planet had to be at a higher vibrational state for you to even come into existence, because your vibration is so much different than other people. Yeah, anger labels one a fool. Yeah. Well, the thing about anger is that when you get mad, And especially, like, I'm not talking about when you stub your toe and get mad. Like, when I hurt myself, like stubbing my toe or getting a cut on my finger, like, I will get straight up pissed, so mad that I cry because I don't like pain. But when it's somebody else that's trying to do that type of crap, you know, that's an energy that you don't have to accept. And your parents never told you that growing up because they didn't understand it either. But when people send bullshit to you, that anger, if you allow them to make you anger, you've basically given them control over you, which is not good because you have to be in control. Letting anybody else take the reins in your life is going to give you a downfall. And that's why anger has been one of the things I personally have had to work very hard on to overcome, because the situation I was living in the condo, people were provoking me every single second of every single day. And if they knew where I lived now, they would come and try to do the same shit, and they would get their heads taken off because I do not play about my safety. And so that's why I feel like this person, they want to know more details about your life. That's why they're sending this spy energy. And that's why they think that they're going to use nature to spy on you or elemental energies to spy on you. They're definitely looking for something specific. I feel like it's a weak spot. They feel like if they can find a weak spot within you, then they can push that button or that trigger or that unhealed part of you, that they can continue to trigger that. And then you're going to act out of character. And then this person believes you'll step out of your space. Yeah, you guys are heavily guarded and protected. But if anything gets through your protection, it's just to show you that there needs to be more prayer that's done. It's like, even though these people are sending it with the intent to harm, God's only going to allow it to affect you to a certain degree so that you learn how to cleanse that energy out. And if it's reading a part of the Quran, if you're dealing with jinn, I would be reading part of the Quran. I know that's not a holy book that I study, okay? Actually, there's other ones too, like the Torah. I don't study that either, really. But when you're dealing with certain entities that come from different parts of the world, working with those holy books just basically, it will keep them away. So there was that one thing we read that one day with the Quran, and the jinn started bouncing. They were tripping out. They were completely comfortable with doing their stupid shit until we pulled that up, and then it was like, oh, now I got to get out of here before I get caught. So there are things that you can do. Reading Psalm 91 against these two people continuously, and I'm talking about, like, as if you, every time that you feel attacked, I would go read Psalm 91, because when you read Psalm 91, you're putting yourself back in the shelter of the Most High, and once you're under God's wing, metaphorically, these people are not going to be able to even find you in the spirit, Yeah, exactly. The curse will be sent back to the pastor. Why am I saying that? The curse will be sent back to the pastor. Okay. So this person could be wanting to start up a religion or a church. A Four of Pentacles. See, they're very interested in this right here, what you inherited from God. That's what they're interested in. And I do feel like this is why they want to be used, so that they can have access to these abilities that you have. But trust me, this person, if they had your gifts, this is why they don't have your gifts. If they had your gifts, they would abuse that power, and they would hurt and harm other people with them. And so that's why these people will never be given a leg up over you. Like, it's never going to happen. They might as well just give this shit up already, because it's just foolish. When these people don't even understand to the full extent of what they're playing with, what type of forces of nature they're actually playing with, these people don't really understand that. They just know that, oh, they're doing something that they read out of a book that most likely has gotten a lot of people fucked up. And that's why I don't trust these whatever witchcraft books people read from. I feel like if you want to engage in magic, you can do magic with the Most High God. It can be done. In fact, it's just called healing or manifesting. But when you're trying to bind a whole ancient ass energy and trying to bind that to somebody else, and these people don't have the ability to communicate with that energy, like those people sitting next to me, that like it can just be very confusing and very dangerous. And people are really ridiculous. Do you guys realize that your ancestors, they don't need an altar? It's nice to make them an altar. Yeah, it's very kind to do that, to obviously show respect to your ancestors. But for them to function in your life, you don't have to have an altar made of them. Of course, you might though. You may have a little area in your house where you got a picture of Mima, Grandpa, and the other people that have passed away. But literally, like the ancestors that are actually helping you guys are usually not even the ones that have crossed over in your lifetime. They're usually ones that go way back. And it's like they get triggered when somebody sends an attack like this to you guys. It's them that gets triggered. That's why I'm getting that anger and frustration coming forward. And so because they were facing the same type of problems, tribes, other people's tribes. This is all about like family legacy also. And these people are like, they feel like it's unfair that they don't have a legacy. I'm also feeling burning in my legs. So somebody is either burning in their loins or they're attacking your legs and your arms. I feel like somebody doesn't want you to have coordination. That's kind of weird. They're in the major regret here with this shit, though. They're majorly going to regret this. Whatever they called upon actually favors you. And so this is why I know for a fact that these people are just doing some shit like the people sitting next to me at the thing. These people are practicing witchcraft out of a book, but they don't have gifts or abilities or even magic at all. Because they have to if you have to call upon an elemental being to cast a circle, you don't have the power. That being has the power. And if you have to cast a circle and then you're calling on a deity and you have to cast a circle to be safe from that deity, maybe you shouldn't be working with that. These people don't understand that. They're calling upon forces of nature that don't even like them. Like this Queen of Wands should have stayed in the Norse mythology part of whatever practice, okay? Her deciding to switch up, like, to whatever this crap is. I don't know what it is when you work with jinn. Like, they're very creative, okay? They're either pulling in a lot of negative entities or they're working with more than one type of spirit, like jinns and, like ancient energies, like Baal, Moloch. I just heard Paimon, but Paimon's not a bad energy. I mean, he can be bad, but he's not a bad energy for you guys. So this is what I'm saying. It's extremely dangerous. These people are living in regret. They're losing these. I feel like these people are going to stop doing this witchcraft. You may feel a cord get cut or something disconnect from you because these people were connected to some type of thing that was parasitic. I don't know if you guys saw the movie Venom. I forget what's the actor's name in that. Anyways, the movie Venom is about like these parasites that came from space. They fall into a person and then they take over the person. Those parasites, those exact ones that they made that movie after, those do actually exist. I've experienced them before. And it's like a symbiote, but that's like a symbiote. Symbiote is when both parties experience a beneficial thing, even though they're sharing energy or one body. This is more parasitic. Whatever these people have called upon is some type of parasitic thing. And I feel like it comes from either the void or the abyss, like some ancient ass dark place. So basically, they've called upon something that's parasitic, and it's doing this parasitic shit to them, but it's also trying to affect you, and it literally just needs to be removed. So we ask for a divine intervention on these people. Whatever this, you could be feeling a lot of hunger pains or really hungry, or like your stomach is hurting or bloated. It is this parasite thing that they've tried to attach. Okay, they feel like through this parasite, they're going to be able to drain you of your energy. That's what this is all about. It's harvesting your energy and then trying to become you, live life as you, be seen as you, all of this weird shit. But these two people were going to try to split up your destiny, which makes no sense. So I feel like they've sabotaged their own experience by trying to come for you. And the fact that you guys keep going in and using your gifts and your intuition makes you more powerful than whatever it is that these people are calling upon. Ace of Wands, literally. You are seriously protected. And so it's telling you that anything is possible right now. It's a good time to begin a new project. Your personal power and intellect is at a high point. Tap into your creativity, high energy, and enthusiasm. Yeah, this parasite thing has to do with hunger. So maybe it's like a Wendigo or something, because that could be why the Native American energy was popping out. It says that, so yes, that's exactly what this is. Wow. The curse of the Wendigo. And if you don't know what a Wendigo is, it's basically an entity that when it takes possession of a person, it will cause that person to become a cannibal. Yeah, skinwalker. There you go. It'll basically take on the persona of somebody, like turn into them. It'll look like them, and then it will start to eat people. So Hannibal Lecter, okay, the imaginary character, Hannibal Lecter was possessed by a Wendigo. He was actually like a fifth dimensional being, but maybe he was somebody in the third dimension. Who knows? Who knows if it's actually true or if it's just fiction. If it's just fiction, it's some of the best fiction ever. But yeah, people that have desires, they've got really big desire. This is like the type of desire that causes destruction. You know, the city of Sodom and Gomorrah, or the city of Sodom, at least, that city was filled with the spirit of desire, and it brought about its own destruction. You know, I don't think that it did enter her body. I think it tried to get in her body. I don't think it was successful. Like I said, this Ace of Wands, when you see an Ace of Wands, you could look at this as like a return to sender energetically. Death. My God. So these people are literally going to be vampired to death. That's crazy. They were working with this death magic. So maybe it's some type of death deity. And I'm not for sure. I'm sure there's a lot of different death deities. Yeah, I'm not getting I'm not getting one that I know coming forward. So I do see this Three of Wands here. Your creative ideas are protected and your projects are also protected. It says to anticipate obstacles. The obstacle to anticipate is this person's witchcraft. But again, I feel it being reversed right now. So they're going to have a really hard time. As long as you keep cleansing your energy and praying, they're going to have a very hard time affecting you or getting this entity or being. And I don't think that these people have the ability to control what they've summoned up. I don't feel like that. I feel like this, whatever they've summoned up, is in control of them. So I don't feel like that even if these people wanted to send this shit back to wherever it came from, they only know how to open portals. They don't know how to close those portals. So I don't think that they'd be able to get rid of it. So this situation literally needs divine intervention from God, like it, or somebody that knows how to, I don't know, send shit back like this. That's why just doing this return to sender is going to completely work. I mean, literally, look at this. Archangel Michael showing up. You're protected, you guys. Your angels have got this. See, just because we as humans don't know what the hell this death magic is, or this death, whatever it is, the being that's associated with it, the parasitic thing. And yeah, I would, now that I think about it, death is parasitic. Just because we don't know what it is doesn't mean that these angels don't. And I was just hearing Archangel Raziel is definitely on your guys' team of highest light and resonance, and is trying to help you open your third eye so that you can understand more of what I'm saying, how it personally connects to you, because each and every one of you are on a similar path, similar because we're all working for the light, but we have differences, right? I do feel like this death energy, you know, it focuses, it gets its like fix, energetic fix every time somebody gets really, really fearful. So like when you feel that energy of fear come on and then it starts to take over, that's when this thing is feeding. So that's why I was saying that fear is the biggest blockage. It's also false evidence appearing real. And um, fear itself can't kill you. I mean, unless it can with a heart attack. Maybe a heart attack could kill you if you get too fearful. But fear itself, I don't want you guys to fear being afraid. Does that make sense? Because that's just a going around in a circle with these people. Yeah, I definitely feel like, you know, Archangel Michael is going to show this person that they're not in charge. When it comes to your life, this person is not in charge of your life. Okay. You don't need to be watched. You're not a baby. You guys are not infants. Okay. You don't need a babysitter. These people are acting like you don't know what you're doing in the spiritual realm and that you need to be watched and stalked. It's a no. These people are just envious of you and they want this holy grail Christ-like energy that you guys possess. That's what this is about. They want something that they will never have. And why will they never have that? Because of their own actions. These people are very desperate as well. They're so, because you kicked them out of your energy successfully. Like you've had a complete success with this cord cutting, cleansing, removing of it. And that's why this shit is coming back twice as hard now. It's like literally coming back twice as hard. See, these people thought that they were going to bring an ending to your finances. That's how they were going to attack you. They were going to drain you out, parasite you of your finances, be a financial leech. That's what they're thinking. Because these people are so fucking stupid. They believe that everything in the world revolves around money, and that's not true. It all revolves around energy. And these people don't have the energy needed to be you. Like they don't have that ambition, they don't have motivation, they don't have drive. These people are lazy and they want to take a shortcut. They're like, instead of actually doing the work, I'm just going to become so and so and then get them knocked out of their spot and then I'll just do that. No, there are no, like when it comes to spirituality and shadow work, there are no just steal someone else's destiny, take a shortcut type shit. Like that's not a thing. These people have to actually do the work and they don't want to because they're afraid of their own shadow. These people see a shadow and they get scared as hell. Okay. We're also dealing with the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. So 2 female energies and 1 masculine energy. This Queen of Pentacles in the reverse is very opinionated. Okay. They believe, well, I don't care what they believe, but they believe that, that you shouldn't be able to be financially stable because I guess you're doing better than them. This person takes without giving, gives when there's only something to be gained. She has a strictly materialistic outlook on life. Like everything's about how she appears to other people. This person's extremely shallow. It's giving me like that shallow howl. Yeah, you cannot steal anybody's destiny. This Queen of Pentacles name might be Tiffany for you, Ragnarok. But there is a Queen of Wands that's behind her. See, this Queen of Pentacles has definitely, she's in the reverse because she has paid this Queen of Wands so much money. She's also donated money to whoever this other person is. So that's why she's in the reverse, because these people are leeches. They're like literally parasitic and they're parasiting this person. So you know how I told you about my neighbor, how she would basically drain people of their life force energy and then she would just move on to the next person. But that person that she had just drained, she would flip them up into the reverse and make them basically a psychic vampire as well, without even telling them, oh, by the way, I stole all of your shit. Now you're going to have to steal from other people because I'm taking yours. Like that's the type of energy I get from these people. They're really wicked. Yes, absolutely. Prayer is essential at this time, and asking God to intervene, because it's, to be honest, doing stuff with our own hand, it's not necessary, and it causes, anytime we fight back these people with us fighting back, it's going to backfire, because God knows that we know better. That yes, we can do things to protect ourselves, but fighting toe to toe, sending curses to somebody, that's not going to help you become a better person. You know what I mean? And it's not going to, you sending a curse to somebody else is not going to make them stop cursing you. The only way that you can basically make them stop doing this is by having God intervene, or Archangel Michael, you know, or the Holy Spirit, or Jesus. I mean, Jesus will shut this shit down real fast. That's why I said these people are foolish, because they're trying to come into contact. These are the type of people that are trying to already bribe your ancestors to go against you, and your ancestors are not going to do that. Knight of Pentacles. Very, very, these people work extremely hard at this. In fact, for the amount of energy that they put out to drain other people, they might as well just do something for themselves, and they would get a lot farther, like, working on their own selves. I feel like you guys are dealing with very superficial, like Shallow Hal, that movie. If you haven't seen Shallow Hal, ow, I'm getting stabbed in the back. I can literally feel that, yo. What the hell? If you haven't seen the movie Shallow Hal, you should watch it. It's a great movie. Yes, I feel like a lot of narcissistics, aka also vampiric energies, do feed off of empathic people. They want you to enter into this unhealthy, toxic bond with them, where you're always having to fight for your energy, and they're always stealing it, when you can always just call your energy back, your power back to you, and you don't have to fight these people. In fact, God doesn't want you to battle with them, because that's a waste of energy. Now, when I was living in the haunted, cursed condo with these fuckety neighbors that were doing all this horrific shit to me, I thought that I had to fight back, because I didn't understand at that time the whole precept of God taking vengeance for you and dealing with it. And then, once I finally gave the situation to God, God got me out of that situation. And those people have not followed me to where I'm at now. And if they even tried to cross over a state line, if they even attempted to do this dumb shit, they would get taken out, because I put up safety precautions. I put up protection. So my ultimate goal for you guys is for you guys to be able to shield yourself, cloak yourselves, and protect yourselves. You know what I mean? And your family. Because again, what entities do is they will start pulling on the weakest force in your family. When they want to affect you, they will start trying to affect your family members and people around you. And then they hope to bring your vibration low enough so that they can affect you eventually. Look at this. But Archangel Michael will keep you in the 10 of Cups as long as you give it up to God. You just give it to God, and you go, okay, this is too much. It's too big for me. This is, a bunch of shit that I don't want to deal with. And the good thing is that God will absolutely take care of it for you. You just have to have faith in that. And know that if you're experiencing something, you need to ask yourself, why is it that God's allowing this experience to happen? What is it that this experience is here to teach me? Because it could be about teaching you how to, work with protection. It could be about teaching you how to sniff out these type of energies and these types of people. It could also be teaching you how to get away from a parasitic person. And anybody that uses a guilt trip to try to force you to do something, that is a psychic vampire. Anybody that tries to make you feel bad for not helping them, that is a psychic vampire. And if you're doing something for somebody only because you feel guilty if you would not, then that's a vampiric relationship. Okay. Now, what I'm picking up on is that having a child is like a symbiotic relationship, because the child, for the first part of their life, you're giving support, protection, and all of that to them. The second half of your life, your child will be giving that to you. So that's why it's like a good relationship most of the time. These people are trying to destroy the relationship that you have with your children because they feel like your children are too powerful already. And so that's another thing that they're trying to look at. They definitely were trying to put you in the Six of Pentacles. They wanted to be the ones to pimp you out, metaphorically, maybe even physically. But these people are carrying a 10 of bonds, like 10 of bonds. So they may be out on bond. They're carrying a 10 of wands. Wow. These people could literally be being breadcrumbed right now because they're out on bond. They probably had to pay a lot of money to get out of jail. And this is another reason why you don't do witchcraft on people, because you can control how you think you can control how the energy goes out, but you don't ever control when it comes back, how it comes back, and in what manner it comes back. And that's what's scary about it. So I do feel like you guys are taking the reins to your own life. You're protecting yourselves, you're covering your energy. And if anything is getting through that protection, it just means that you need to add more faith to it, which means that, like knowing, okay, faith is like looking a jinn right in its fucking face and knowing that it cannot do anything to you. All it can do is be an annoyance. Okay. That's all. But when you give into that fear of thinking something can hurt you, like nothing in your reality besides the Most High God has more control over the creation than you. In your reality, you are the creator. And that's why taking the reins yourself and going, okay, I'm going to use my best discernment. And is this something that I really need to be afraid of? Because when you put off that energy of fear, whatever that thing is that's there is feeding off of that. And I know it sounds easier said than done, but it's just taking practice. Like you just have to know within your soul that the God within you is more powerful. Like the Most High within you is more powerful than anything that exists on the outside of you. They're definitely wanting to block your children from becoming light workers and star seeds. They're wanting to be a part of this body of work that you're creating, even though they have nothing to do with it. Like I said, these people want to be the middleman. They want you to join some organization or coven or something. They want you to be the intermediary person in between them and like God. And then and they want to be the one that comes in and says how much you get for what. And it's not their job. People need to learn their fucking place in life. And really, like, it's really not their job to try to block you guys. But yeah, this person is sending nightmares to you and your children. And so I would just be wary of that. Not afraid of it. Just know that if you have a nightmare, that it's something being sent, and to be honest, it's just a dream. Yes, dreams have bigger messages within them, but the dream itself is not going to kill you. Okay. In fact, nothing's going to kill you. I don't care what death crap they work with, How can you find relief? Pray. Don't just listen to Psalms. Don't listen to someone else praying it. You need to pray it yourself. Okay. Pray Psalm 91, pray Psalm 23, pray Psalm 109, instead of just listening to it. Because listening to it it's not going to take care of the issue. But praying it yourself, getting in a prayer habit, And then, like I said, if you're dealing with jinn, incorporating a little bit from the Quran. I mean, nobody said that if you're not Muslim, you can't use a sacred text from the Quran. Nobody has ever said that. Okay. So you don't have to be Islamic to be able to still, use a form. What prayers are, they're like magical formulas. They're like literally formulas that cancel out bad energies. And to be honest, a lot of the things that are said in the Quran about Allah are in Psalm 91, basically. How do you unblock the curse he did on your clear audio? So I would definitely say that, any blockages that were put up, whether we know, all known and unknown, seen and unseen blockages, we remove. So, there are a few different things you can do for unblocking. But what you want to do is you want to make sure that your roads are open. Because if your roads are closed and you're trying to unblock, you could unblock the energy, but you're not going to be able to move anywhere, like in any type of direction to have progress, because your roads are closed. So I would say, God, if there's anything that I have done to offend you, or if there's anything that anybody else has done to block or offend you or to close my roads, I would like to ask for that road to be opened. Archangel Michael is a really good energy to work with when it comes to removing blockages. Ganesh is also a very good energy to work with when removing blockages. They specialize in that. But the Most High God can do everything and anything and everything. And so that's what I would be giving it to God and saying, okay, if there are blockages, and not giving consent, because a lot of the times these witches and warlocks, they gain your consent by tricking you in the dream state. So I denounce any vows, any contracts, any coercion that was done that was meant to block me. And I rebuke the blockage itself. And then whoever is behind that blockage, I rebuke them, and I do not give consent for them to create in my reality. And I call my energy and my power back to me. If you want to use unblocking energy, you could burn a yellow candle. If you want to use road opener energy, you could burn an orange and a green candle. I would do the orange candle first, and just call upon the archangels and say, archangels and ancestors, I'm burning this candle to you to unblock my roads and to open up my pathways and all of my abilities. Because you're right, somebody doesn't want you to be able to hear the truth. And that's silly, because there's many different ways that our gifts and abilities teach us what the truth is. Like for me, I could just get a feeling, even if my hearing was blocked off, I could get a feeling and know that something is the truth or not. I'm like a walking lie detector. But yeah, I detest lies. There is a King of Pentacles here that wants you to make some type of deal with the devil. I don't know if any of you are involved in the music industry or in the entertainment business or even thinking about that, but this person is a part of something. They work with very inappropriate energies, very nasty sexual energies. This King of Pentacles is into working with. And I feel like this is a predator. So beware of somebody that's a smooth talker, that's going to talk you into something that you may regret. Well, anything that you do with these people, you would regret. And they're trying to find a way to come into your life. They feel like if they can blind your third eye and make it so you can't hear the truth, then you won't know that it's them that's coming. You're going to smell the energy off this person and be like, hell no, I don't want nothing to do with you. Like nothing. So trust me, your intuition will scream out if this person were to come around you. The thing is that they're so jealous of your financial success and the fact that they've done all this spell work and you're still not in poverty. You're still not, you don't have chains clanked around you. Like straight up, these people wanted you to even be put in jail. Like that's crazy. Why hate somebody this much? I swear, you guys have so many more people that love you than hate you. It's just the people that hate you, they like to practice this dumb shit. They love witchcraft. And that's annoying to me. So, and then also going like, with their witchcraft, Lord God, please remove whatever is behind it. Whatever, because like I said, these people could have been calling upon like a Hecate, but instead they're getting some other thing. You know what I mean? Like some other shit that's going to just be a trickster and say that it's Hecate, even though it's probably not. You know what I mean? But see, the thing is that these people, they're doing things and they're not confident in their work. They know that they don't have the gifts to interpret even what a candle is doing. If you're burning a candle for purification, which white is a great color candle to burn, okay, and you see puffs of black smoke coming off of that candle is fighting a lot of negative energies and a lot of negative entities. And whatever that candle is petitioning for, I would read that as a sign. Or if there's black soot or if the rim around the candle turns black or there's black soot, or if it goes crack and pop like that, those are all signs that there are blockages being removed and there was energy working against you. But if it's just a very steady flame that's going like this, and it just keeps burning, that's a really good sign. But when you get, and if you were to get white smoke coming off of the candle, that would be showing you that you have a positive energy that's helping you out. So you can always burn a candle and then look at the way the candle is reacting to the energy, because candles transmute. They also make a connection with the higher realms. And if you don't want to burn a candle, you don't have to. Like I said, there's many different ways of figuring out whether you're hexed or not, whether it was just a bad dream or if somebody was actually sending spell work. Okay, you can take 2 matches, light them. Okay, you take a bowl of water, 2 matches, you light the matches, you blow the matches out, and you toss them in the water. If the matches cross in the water, then that means that somebody has crossed you and shut your roads down. If they're like floating in the water separate from one another, that means that your roads are clear and open. So that's another way to find out if you're hexed. Also, if bad things happen in threes, like let's say you were to lose your car, then lose your car, maybe it gets repoed. This is just an example. Like your car gets repoed, then you get another car and you get pulled over in that car, and then the next day you have a car wreck. Okay, that would be something happening in threes. When you see things happening in threes, that's an indication that some type of witchcraft or spell work is done, or that you messed over the wrong person. And so asking yourself and asking your guides to show you through numbers, through signs, through visions, what needs to be done. Because literally, once you do whatever the remedy is, these people will become powerless. They're already pretty much powerless, and they don't even know what it is that they're working with. The Empress. See, this is because you guys are a loving mother. You're nurturing people. And again, if you're a masculine energy, you still have divine feminine within you. So these people think that you're a sucker for that. I don't feel like you guys are an easy target. I feel like you guys are protected by Archangel Michael, and it's actually these people have to go way out of their way, calling upon new deities all the time. Like, I couldn't believe the people that I was like listening to that were talking about, oh yeah, last week I was worshiping this, and then now I'm worshiping. I'm like, what? Like, what? Is that what's happening? I guess that's what witchcraft is. You're worshiping these false idol things. And to me, if you're calling upon one type of deity and that deity doesn't like these people, like seriously does not like them, and you're getting another one, it's just kind of dangerous. There was like some type of TV show that I watched about this where people would be calling upon one thing and they would get something else, you know. Yeah, they want to police your power and ability. That's exactly it. I would say pimp it. They want to be the intermediary. They want to be there to receive everything that's supposed to come to you. So they feel like it's not fair that you have these abilities, and that it's not fair that you're staying afloat. Even if you don't have a lot of money in the bank, these people still feel like you should be poor. And that's crazy to me. They wouldn't want to be poor. They're up under heavy ass judgment. Heavy ass judgment. Seriously, they're up under heavy judgment for this. We're calling judgment. We ask that God call judgment on this situation and these people and remove their... I also feel somebody's trying to provoke you in the dream state to anger. They better be careful, because if you slash out against these people, you're going to wipe them out. So they better be really careful. A Knight of Wands. Exactly. Yeah, this very frivolous energy that these people are on and bullshit that they're on, they need to keep it to themselves, because you're not going to be engaging in their coven. You don't want to join them. You don't want to work with them. You don't want to be around these people. These people are toxic, parasitic entities themselves. And they also have something stuck to them. And this is why they're looking to you for support and help, because they know somehow that you can get rid of what's stuck to them. But I wouldn't. I would make these people have to live with that shit so that they learn the lesson, not to call on shit that they can't, that they're not in alignment with, right? Yeah, Page of Cups. They want to bring you some stupid offer that's extremely shallow and worldly and jaded. And they feel like that they can silence you. If they can buy you, they can silence you. And so they may want to come in with an offer for something, but you're going to know right away who these people are because they're very superficial. Very superficial. The Hangman. This is going to be there. If they come towards you with any type of offer, they're going to be sacrificing themselves. Literally. Yeah. Literally. They were trying to literally get you locked up. I'm not kidding. I don't know why they're trying to do this, but maybe that will come out. They were creating a lot of illusions, trying to sacrifice you to get you locked up with this Chariot card. They didn't want you to have a victory over the witchcraft that they were doing. My nose is itching, so I can tell that there needs to be cleansing that needs to be done. And this Hierophant energy is who they were working with. Basically, working with this Hierophant energy to get you locked up. Okay, I'm going to give these people the last warning that I'm going to give them. This Judge Hierophant energy better watch. They better check themselves before they wreck themselves. I'm not joking. They could have successfully human trafficked and done a whole bunch of shit, stealing people's properties and all this dumb shit. They could have gotten away with that doing it to a crackhead, but you are not a crackhead and you have children under your roof. I feel like somebody was trying to bring DCFS to your house, but they don't know exactly where you live. Thank God for that. But yeah, they were definitely, somebody was creating illusions with this judge and this police energy, lying about you, saying maybe that you're a sex worker, you do something with sex, maybe that you get prostitutes. No, you guys don't. Like, that's so stupid. But they thought that they were going to use this hearsay, schmearsay bullshit lies, and that these illusions that they created in their mind about you is what's going to be that takes you out. How delusional is that? Like, without any type of evidence, and even if they tried to doctor up some evidence. So yeah, we asked Archangel Michael to clear this energy out. Whatever needs to be cleansed with these people, we ask that it be cleansed off of our energy, because this is seriously sad. I mean, this judge, I'm going to give them one last warning. Back the fuck up off this this chosen person. I don't care how many chosen people or anointed people you've tried to sacrifice before. It will not be happening with this one. You're going to leave this Empress energy alone. You're going to leave this Divine Masculine energy alone and Divine Feminine energy alone, or you're going to be the one that's put in a wheelchair somehow. Boom. The Wheel of Fortune just flew out. This is because they don't want you moving. They don't want you moving from the place you live at. Somebody has tried to make it so that your income, that you would have no income, so you couldn't go anywhere, so that when they decided to come plant some shit in and around your home, that you would still be in that same place. So that's what they're doing. Don't give out your address to people. When you got weirdos like this, like lurking, yeah. This judge better be careful, because I see multiple ways that they're going to pass away, which means it's like that one movie where people pass away in they escape death, and then Final Destination. This is giving like Final Destination energy. Welcome in, Shaman Maria. Yeah, it's all lies. Yeah, it's literally Final Destination for these people is death. That's why I was like, ooh, they better be really careful, because they're trying to play around with death, trying to force death's hand to do something to you. They better be careful. Death might just force its hand on them. But this situation will come to an end. These people just need to know through the experience of you standing up for yourself, that you are going to stand up for yourself, that you're not an easy target. You're not going to give in to whatever these people desire, whatever they're like I said, they have sick and twisted desires. If you see an arrow pointing away from you in the water bowl, I would say that means that you're sending that energy away from you. If it were to be pointing towards you, it would mean that the energy is still coming towards you. So yeah, you guys are deflecting this shit. Like, they're not going to be able to do this. And I feel like also this Chariot energy actually believes that you're some type of criminal and you guys don't do anything. And that's weird to me, that they've been convinced through these illusions that somebody created. This is how they try to sacrifice people. If you won't engage in their low vibrational bullshit, then they try to sacrifice you. And so I don't know if this is a Christian community you live around or what type of weird shit this is that is a community of a religion around you. But yeah, these people all subscribe to something, or they all say that they subscribe to something, but they don't. Yeah, this is why they do this. They feel that you're an easy way. They see you as a Queen of Cups, regardless of your gender. We just take out the gender rules in tarot, because the Queen of Cups is a nurturer, somebody who's extremely kind and patient, very empathetic and very passionate, very nurturing person. So they feel like, oh, we can just sacrifice them. It's a no. Confirmation. They definitely don't want you finding out that they are trying to set you up. This is absolutely about a setup, so somebody can replace you. Six of Swords, like I said, these people better watch the fuck out. Like, literally, this Judge energy is about to get fired. They better be real careful. This Six of Swords is an unfavorable judgment in a lawsuit, which means all of these people are going to be judged. And that could be in the court of law. It could be by the Galactic Federation of Light. I mean, literally, it could be both of those things. If these people were trying to bring any false charges upon you or any type of scam, they're literally seeing that this is not going to work out. And they're like, why did you pick this individual? They're protected by God. Duh. We want to just pick on crackheads and people that are immigrants and other people who are vulnerable. And this is basically what it is, that this person thinks that you're vulnerable. When they find out that you're not a vulnerable person, that there's nothing vulnerable about you, even if you wear your heart on your sleeve, you're still not vulnerable. Does that make sense? These people, that's what these people are going to be learning. And that's going to be justice for you. Literally, justice for you. Yeah, this Hierophant group, they're attached to the legal system. These reptilians are getting pushed out of power, and they are blaming the chosen for it, but it's actually just the time. It's the new age of Aquarius that's doing this. It's the end of the Kali fucking Yuga, thank God. That's what's pushing these people out of power, but they don't look at it that way. They feel like it's got to be a person that's doing it. You know what I mean? Yeah, people think that they get away with stuff, but they're being watched. That's exactly it. This is completely a setup. If they even try to persecute you falsely, they're going to be put in the electric chair themselves. Metaphorically, because I don't know if they still use those, but the Ten of Swords, exactly what I was saying. They will be betrayed. Just like how they were going to betray you, they're going to be betrayed. Because people that betray innocent people, they're always going to be like that. Trust anybody that's going to betray. This is like thieves. These people are thieves. They don't know how you've successfully kicked them out of your energy. They don't know how you've done this. That's why they're coming at you this hard. It's like, no, I'm not a fucking feeding tube, okay? I'm not your dialysis machine, not your punching bag. I'm not your sexual abuse toy. I am none of these things. All of these things that you want me to be, I will not be that. If you really want that bad, go find somebody that's an easy target, that's on substances, that can't get control of their life. Go pick on those people. Oh, these people do pick on those people. Exactly. But you guys probably protect people that are weak and vulnerable, and you stand up for them. This could definitely be about you rescuing children or helping people in any type of way. And then this authority figure feels like, nah, we got to stop that. They can't be allowed to do that. They're taking away from our prosperity. No, it's going to be these people's freedom that they lose. Yes. Yeah, definitely. She needs to be reciting some things from the Quran and not just putting it on and listening to it. Okay. Especially if it's in another language that you don't speak, like Hebrew or something. That's not going to do it. If you don't know what the words are saying in the prayers, that's not really going to help you. But like I was saying, you can tell your mom to pray Psalm 91 with the intention that anything that is in my energy that's not from my highest and best good, that's not of the light, that's not beneficial or benevolent, I don't give it permission to stay. And because when you guys go into a fear mode, it's almost giving that thing consent to basically stay around because you're afraid of it. You're feeding it. And that's why fear is so destructive. It's not because the fear itself is going to hurt you. It's just giving your power and your energy away. You know what I mean? Yeah, the gang suckers of their sucking. They do. Then they're in the 9 of Wands. Like literally, they're going to have to try another route to get out of this. They're going to be permanently wounded no matter what, because Archangel Michael is kicking these people in the butt. Like literally just saying, the angels have tried to tell these people, I feel like they've received dreams, and they're going to some type of intuitive person that's full of shit, that doesn't know what they're talking about and cannot decipher these dreams. This is giving me that story of Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat, where he ends up working for Pharaoh and he interprets his dream. Like, you have that ability. These people, they don't. They think that they're like witches and warlocks and people that are so powerful, but all they've been able to do successfully is gang up and hurt and harm people that are vulnerable and weak. Them coming for you, you're somebody that's very strong. Strength was like the second card out for you. So again, they don't know that you may look sweet and nice in an easy way, but you're not. You're just not. 8 of Cups. They're going to have to walk away from this, and not only walk away from it dissatisfied, but with a bandage over their head. These people could be about to go through some type of mental health crisis. They could be losing their sanity, losing their health, and losing their freedom. Okay, let's see what else is going to come out. I'm surprised the Magician didn't come out at all. The 4 of Swords. This is the ending of a personal battle. If you guys continue to pray Psalm 91 and know that when you pray that, you're covering yourself on all angles, these people will not be able to have a victory over you. In fact, they're like literally scratching their heads like, well, what do we do now? This didn't work. That didn't work. All the shit that we normally do to trap people works, and now we can't trap this person. No, there are some people in this world that you just can't fuck with, and you guys are those people. Yeah, they're going to be in the 5 of Pentacles, casted away, literally experiencing a funeral, not getting an inheritance. These people, if somebody was going to leave some shit to them, they didn't. They're mad. They're way mad. So they feel the need to steal other people's inheritances and steal their homes and try to run them out of town and gang stalk them and harass them because they're losing. It's not even you that's in the 5 of Pentacles. In fact, these people being in the 5 of Pentacles is justice for you. Ace of Swords. You guys are protected. You have to know this, though, and go, okay, if anything is coming through that's being allowed to happen, what is it that this is trying to teach me, so that you can grasp the lesson and then just move forward, and you'll be able to release the situation. Like, it'll be so much easier to release the situation when you've been able to grasp what it is. Yes, your faith has kept you alive for a long time. And the thing is that the Most High God has a job for you to do. So this is not the time to be giving up and feeling like you have no control, because truly you have all of the control. These other people are the ones that don't have any control over your circumstance. Yeah, and this Ace of Pentacles, look at this. God's like, don't worry, babe, I got you. You fall down, I got you. I'll lift you up. I will keep your foot from I will keep you from stubbing your toe. Like literally, you will tread on the lion and the cobra. You will trample the lion and the serpent, okay? Underfoot. Means you don't need to be afraid. Yeah, you guys are extremely compassionate, wise beings. I feel like you guys are very balanced, and it's this balance that somebody is trying to attack. See, you've been defending yourself, and you guys being the magician and the sun, you guys are the light workers. These people are connected to the devil. The devil is what has got them, these people in the Five of Pentacles. It's also got them blocked. And this Jinn energy, just be careful what you wish for, because some wishes that you've made in the past may start to become granted. The Ace of Cups, you've got that energy completely. Overflowing love, a cup of love and abundance. So yeah, there's nothing in my mind that feels like you guys need to be afraid. In fact, I feel like this is definitely a lesson about fear and how fear can keep you trapped in a cycle, but you don't need to fear anything because you have the divine with you. And even if you don't see the divine around you, it's still there. It's just in a higher dimension. These people are very low vibrational. They're very toxic. They don't want to change. And they're stuck in their ways. Like these people are stuck in their ways of doing things. They want to take you out of commission so that they can do your job for you. So it's like, I'm picking up on some type of detective that wants to be a psychic. Okay, they can go be a psychic, but they don't have to be picking on your energy to do so. That's psychotic. I swear. I wish that these court officials and shit were more trustworthy. I wish that God, please God, just intervene on that. Don't ever allow the righteous to be put in a situation where any of my collective are going to be suffering. And then I ask also that all suffering be removed and a state of bliss be replaced. Okay, you guys, thank you for making it to the ending of this reading. You guys are going to be good. Remember, if you wake up in the middle of the night, you have a bad dream, and you feel somebody else's energy playing in your energy, read Psalm 91. Get up, go get a glass of water, walk around, try to do anything that you can do to not go back into that state of fear, because this is what they're going to do. They're going to send some shit to you while you're sleeping when they think that you're unaware in the witching hours. And their intention is to get you in a state of fear, because if they can get you in a state of fear while you're sleeping, then they believe that you'll wake up afraid, and then that entity, deity, whatever they've called upon, will be able to feed at that point. And so these people really feel like that's how they're going to control you. And I'm telling you that it's not going to work. All right, you guys, thank you for being here with me. Please like this video. Make sure you tap that notification bell. Make sure you're subscribed and all that good stuff. Okay. Giving you air hugs and lots of support. And I will be praying for you guys. You guys have got this. I fully and truly believe in you. Okay. All right. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next reading. Peace be with you. Have a wonderful day, guys. Bye.